Tonight, you'll collapse on the couch after a long day, pull out your phone, and not think twice about it. It feels like rest, but for 99.9% of human history, that kind of rest didn't exist. For over 300,000 years, your ancestors' biology adapted to harsh physical environments, constant danger, and tight social bonds. Now, you have climate control, ergonomic chairs, and grocery delivery, and you're still likely one of the 20% of people who show up at a doctor's office complaining of exhaustion they can't explain. You feel like you have no energy. You feel like a year goes by faster than it used to. Here's why. You're running modern software on Stone Age hardware. This isn't about working too hard. Your brain and body are stuck in an evolutionary mismatch, and the fatigue you feel isn't a character flaw. It's a biological glitch. This is the neuroscience and evolutionary anthropology behind your exhaustion, plus the actual research-backed changes that can help you get your energy back before you burn through your 30,000 days. You'd assume hunter-gatherers were constantly moving, running from predators, hunting, burning calories all day. Maybe you think your fatigue comes down to not being as fit as they were, but the anthropological data says something different. Modern hunter-gatherers, like the Hadza in Tanzania, spend about 10 hours a day completely inactive. That's roughly the same amount of time the average office worker spends sitting. So why are they vibrant and healthy while you're drained? It comes down to how they rest. Researchers call this the inactivity miscible hypothesis. When you sink into an ergonomic office chair or a soft couch, your body offloads all its structural weight, and your muscles stop contracting entirely. Your ancestors rested by squatting, kneeling, or sitting on the ground, postures that demand continuous, low-intensity muscle activity. That low-level contraction matters because it triggers production of an enzyme called lipoprotein lipase, or LPL. LPL clears triglycerides and glucose from your blood and keeps your cells running on insulin and energy properly. Sit passively for hours, and your LPL drops, your blood sugar climbs, and your cellular energy pathways stall. Your couch isn't recharging you. It's quietly shutting down your metabolism. Physical stagnation is only half the story. The other half is what you're doing while you sit there, staring at a screen. Your brain evolved in a world of scarcity. To keep you alive, it built a dopamine-driven reward system. When your ancestors found a new food source or made a social connection, their brain released a moderate hit of dopamine in the ventral tegmental area, enough to keep them curious and exploring. Social media and infinite scroll algorithms exploit that same ancient circuitry, but with unnaturally large, optimized dopamine spikes, like a digital hypodermic needle. To protect itself from the overload, your brain downregulates dopamine receptors and drops you into a deficit state. That deficit shows up as anxiety, irritability, and a deep mental fatigue. This exhaustion is measurable. Quantitative EEG studies show that after just 30 minutes of continuous scrolling, delta brainwaves spike in your parietal lobe, the same waves your brain produces during deep sleep. So when you feel wiped out after an hour on your phone, that's not laziness. Part of your brain has, quite literally, fallen asleep while you're still awake. If you've gone looking for answers to your exhaustion, you've probably run into the term adrenal fatigue, the idea that your adrenal glands are simply burned out from pumping too much stress hormone. Endocrinology doesn't back this up. Your adrenal glands are fine. The actual problem is happening in your brain. Your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or HPA axis, runs your stress response. It was built for short, acute physical threats, like running from a predator. Cortisol and adrenaline spike, you survive, the system resets. But your brain can't tell the biochemical difference between a predator and a work deadline, a stressful email, or an outrage headline in your feed. Modern life keeps that axis switched on with constant low-grade psychological stress. To protect your organs from the damage chronic cortisol would otherwise cause, your nervous system deliberately dials the whole system down. It desensitizes receptors and disrupts your cortisol rhythm. That's called HPA axis dysregulation, or HPAD. Your brain is intentionally rationing your energy to make you stop exposing yourself to chronic stress. You can't rewrite your DNA, but you can rebuild your environment around it. Here's the actual framework. Start with Chrono Hygiene. For most of human history, sleep followed the sun. As it set, the air cooled. Modern heating keeps bedrooms warm all night, which blocks the 1 to 2 degrees Celsius drop in core body temperature your body needs to trigger deep sleep. Set your thermostat between 15 and 19 degrees Celsius and use blankets to keep your hands and feet warm, which pulls heat away from your core. Next, light hygiene. Even 5 to 10 lux, about what a phone charger LED or a street light puts out, is enough to suppress melatonin production. Use blackout curtains and tape over any glowing LEDs in your room. Then, a dopamine curfew. Stop using screens at least 60 minutes before bed, no exceptions. Your prefrontal cortex needs that time to recover from artificial dopamine spikes and let the high-frequency gamma waves that keep you anxious and alert settle down. Read a real book, do something with your hands, and let your brain's chemistry reset. Finally, stop resting passively. If you sit at a desk all day, don't spend your evenings sinking into the couch, too. Sit on the floor, stretch, squat while you watch TV. Anything that re-engages your muscles reactivates LPL and tells your metabolism you're still alive. Your exhaustion isn't a life sentence, and it's not your fault. It's an ancient brain trying to survive in a world it was never built for. Once you understand how you process stress, how digital dopamine messes with your reward system, and why your body actually needs active rest, you can sidestep the traps that keep most people tired. Take control of your environment and work with your biology instead of against it. You've got about 30,000 days. Don't spend them exhausted.